All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, my name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics, and I have only my second purchase that I've made in about a year. Of course, it is comic book related, and I wanted to do this unboxing for you. And as always, I want to thank you guys for coming and watch this, whether you watch it live or you watch it sometime in the future. I've been doing a lot of different things lately. Uncomic related, have a lot of situations. We actually have a new cat in the house, a new kitten. We rescued a kitten off the streets, and it was in pretty bad shape, but we are doing all we can for him. He's doing really good. He's a sweetheart. I might have to show him in a video one day. He's missing an eye, and we've definitely been bringing him back to health, and I've been focusing on that recently, and also started gardening. I never thought 5 years ago I would have never thought I would be somebody that would be gardening, but we have a whole bunch of plants around the house. Just made my own spaghetti sauce for the first time, growing my own tomatoes. Really happy about it. So that's what I've been up to. But I have a box here, and we're going to open this box. It is comic related. This is actually a comic that I wanted, but the prices were getting way too high, and for some reason the price of this first appearance has gone down significantly. It will not stay that way, so for me this was a buying opportunity. I tell people all the time, if you invest in anything, you don't want to buy it when it's at its peak, because then it's only going to go down from there. There are times where things will dip, and if you know the value of something, because there's so many things out there for people to choose from, sometimes out of sight, out of mind. This particular character had a couple movies that, one was, I guess you'd call it a flop. Well, two of the three seemed like a little bit of a flop. One I haven't seen, but I heard it was okay. But this is a character, because of that, the value went down on this. And, here we go. Sorry about that. I thought it was something different. That's the time to pounce. So, I've wanted this. This isn't in the greatest of condition, but you guys know me. I don't mind something that may not be in near mint condition, especially if I can get it for cheaper prices. Now, I've seen people get it cheaper than I did on this one, but I still want to pounce. I just thought it was the right time to buy it. I had a little extra funds for once, because most of my money's been going towards the garden that I've been doing, multiple gardens, and the cats and everything. So let me just take a look at this really quick. Alright, so this has definitely been beaten up a little bit, but that's okay. I didn't know there was a slice in the... Oh, well, I'll show you. Just make sure this hasn't been opened. So, here is the book that I got. This is the Batman Almost Got Him, which is technically the first ever appearance of Harley Quinn. Now, this one is complete. It does have the cassette tape. A lot of these, some people sell the cassette tape alone. Some of them sell it without the cassette tape and the book open. So this is technically not her first comic book appearance, although it is a comic book, but it's not your typical comic book. But this is the first time Harley Quinn has ever been in book form. So, like I said, Harley Quinn is a very popular character. She just had some bad movies recently. And, like I was telling people back in around 2017, around 2017 when that Fox Fantastic Four movie came out, and it tanked all of the books. I was telling people that's the time to buy the books. I remember buying 3 Fantastic Four 48s, all coming back 5.0s. The most expensive one was $338. You can't even get a 0.5 for that anymore. So the best time to be buying stuff, if you're looking to invest, is to get it when the prices are down. Now, this one, the plastic, there is a slice here. Looks like somebody might have, opening a box that they bought, sliced it. It wasn't me, obviously. But the tape is still there. There's a bend here. But I don't care, because this is still intact. It's complete. and especially with that cassette tape, which shows my age because I remember back in the days I had an 8-track tape. I used that. My favorite toy as a kid was a 2XL, and it used the original 8-track tape. If you know what 2XL is, the original one, that was my probably the best toy I ever got. I remember that was back in the mid-70s, around 1977, 78, and that was like a $50 toy back then, which today would probably be $400. With today's currency, it's probably about $600, but you know, that was my pride and joy as a kid. I played that thing until it no longer worked. But if you have not gotten this book, this is a book to get. Now, I paid a little bit more than I could have if I searched for it, but I just wanted to acquire it, so I didn't mind. Because, I mean, to me, a difference between 100 or 200 difference in the grand scheme of things where I see it could go in the future, not a big deal for me. So, complete setup, I paid with taxes on eBay and shipping and everything, $327, which to me isn't bad, because at one point these were selling for $800 up to $1,000 a piece. Now, I'm sure, of course, in better condition, but even with that, there are going to be people that, like me, that may not care about the condition of the packaging as long as it's complete. So it does have the original cassette tape in it, and it does have the book. It's never been opened. Full color, 32 pages. The stereo cassette features voices from the cast of the TV series, original music. This came out in 1993. Western Publishing Company. And there's the back. Is there going to be a We Love Gardens channel? Probably not. But hey, if anybody's interested, I may show sometime. I'll do a live feed around the house. We've literally surrounded our house in everywhere we could plant. We have lemon tree, lime tree, banana tree, orange tree, blueberry plant, 3 banana plants, mint, oregano, basil, pineapple, strawberry, dill, peppermint, and cucumbers, and tomatoes. So that's what I've been doing lately, and I've been spending a lot of money doing that. And I took a break from comic collecting, not because I didn't want to, just I had to kind of reassess things in my life, because it's been an interesting ride lately. But this is only the second comic-related purchase I've made in the past year. Hopefully I'll get back on track, because I want to thank you guys for being loyal enough to keep coming back. It's going to be most likely tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm going to be doing the 4 books that I'm going to be sending in to get graded. So be on the lookout either tomorrow or Wednesday for that video. And I send in 4 books to PGX each month. Looking forward to the last batch coming. That should probably be in another 2.5 weeks. And definitely glad I got this purchase. I'd love to know what you think about this. Like I said, this one isn't in the greatest of condition, because you could see, it's bent, and it does have the slice that goes through, but it doesn't affect the book itself. It's just the plastic. But this is sealed all the way around, so it's never been opened, and the tape is there, so it is a complete setup. And sometimes that's, it's worth it to get. You must have a big yard there. Not really. We just have a good location to put stuff all around the edges of the house. So I'll have to show it someday. But this is the book. Again, it's Batman, the animated series called Almost Got 'Em. This is technically Harley Quinn's first ever appearance. This is a must-get, especially with the prices going down a little bit, because Harley Quinn is a character that's basically going to be an iconic character in years to come. She's already an established character, a very popular character, but as the years go on, and books like this, and even her comic book appearances are harder to get, and more expensive to get, they're not making any more of these. So as they get, like I said, some people just have the tape, some people just have the book. Very few of these are probably still in the packages, because some people take these out and get it graded, which to me makes no sense because now you're separating it and you can't prove that the tape you have goes with this particular book. So I just think in another 10 years this book is going to be probably less than that, but I think this character alone in the next decade is going to be doing what you see characters like Deadpool and Venom are doing now. Like I've said on several occasions, back in the 90s when, Gambit, Deadpool, Venom, and characters like that came out, nobody cared for a decade or two. It wasn't until the past 8 years, 9 years, maybe 10 years, if that's pushing it, before those characters really started gaining traction. So books like this, people are going to say, oh, it's a modern book, stay away from it. Well, modern books don't stay modern forever. Action Comics #1 at one point was a modern book when it came out in 1938. It's not a modern book anymore. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and speculate at all that Harley Quinn will ever reach Superman's level. I mean, let's keep it real. But as time goes on, and more people either lose these or they get opened, it's just going to increase the value. So I think now was the time to purchase this book, and I would recommend it to people who are Harley Quinn fans or even investment fans. Take the chance on it, but make sure you have a complete setup. I would not buy ones that are separated and somebody put them together. Somebody might say, oh yeah, I got the book and I got the tape, but they're loose. Because original packaging is always going to be worth more, and you never know if these were, both in the same package if somebody's selling them loose. At least this way, it guarantees that this is the original tape with this particular book. And to me, that's important. It may not be for you, and you can also buy what you afford. So, Weekend Werewolf said, I never seen that book. Yeah. It's called Batman Almost Got Him. This came out in 1993. This came out before Batman Adventures 12. Came with a cassette tape. It's one of those, it's very thin, but it's basically it's in one of the holders that, you'd come with the Star Wars toys and other kind of action figures and everything. So it's got the plastic around it, but the complete set has the book and the tape. But this is the first time Harley Quinn was ever shown. It's not technically her first comic book appearance because that goes to Batman Adventures 12. Actually, no. It goes to the Batman one-shot book with the Joker and Harley Quinn on the cover. The Batman Adventures 12 is technically not her first comic book appearance either. Her origin and her beginnings are very complicated. But definitely, if you could pick this up, look around for it. Let me know if you have it. Let me know what you paid. Let me know if you think I got a good price for it, or you would have waited. Each person is different. I don't see these very often complete, so I thought while I had the extra money at that particular time, that was the time to pounce. Could I have waited and got it cheaper? Probably, but maybe I didn't want to wait another 8 to 10 months before I found another one. I might not have the money at that point, so other things might have happened. So I'm glad to know that at least one person, maybe a couple others that watch this, maybe never knew about that before and may want to add that to their collection. I'm happy to have it. And now I have technically the 3 most important Harley Quinn books. I have the Batman's Adventure 12. I have the one-shot Batman. I forget what it's called. And now I have this, so the trifecta of her first appearances. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, either tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to be doing the video of the 4 books I will pick to go get graded. Hopefully you'll check that out. Hit the like button if you'd be so kind. I appreciate the 10 people that have done that. And thank you so much for listening and watching. I really appreciate it. I know it's been a little while, but you guys are sticking around, and that really means a lot to me, so thank you for that. Quality over quantity. So have a great night, everybody, and don't forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Go get this book if you can get it. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next video.